Hey guys, Veebat here with another V Plays, and first of all, I've been gone for a little bit, and there's a reason for that. Mostly it has to do with moving, but there's a lot of other stuff that went on in the background. It was not the easiest move, but we have made it to the new place. I'm kind of getting set up, and as you can see, we're making a few changes. I do have new audio filtering software, so hopefully this sounds a little bit better. On top of that, we have incorporated a face cam, so for those of you who are wondering what I look like, I am a middle-aged balding guy, so surprise! Anyways, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into a battle in the P47N. We're about one battle away from specializing this thing, and I've been working on specializing all of my tier 7s. I'm going to eventually specialize them all, but I mean, it's really mechanical parts that gets us stuck, so we're just kind of working our way through. I also wanted to kind of change the way that we do videos a little bit. In my absence, there's been some people that have been rising to the top of the World of Warplanes channel listings, one of which is obviously Postal. We did a lot of videos together, and he already is a great player and a great producer of videos and content, and he also does a lot of live streams, but he incorporated a face cam. He also incorporated a much better microphone, so I figured I might as well try and keep pace with everybody else. And for those of you who haven't checked him out, there's a guy called Noble Q out of England, and he does some really great videos, so shout out to that guy. In fact, he was nice enough to actually share with me a site that he uses to find hidden stats, and I'll talk more about that in another video, and we'll probably incorporate that into when we're actually going through and doing some reviews in the future, so we can understand what those hidden stats actually are and what they mean. What are we even up against? We should probably check this out. We'll hit battle. Get a nice screenshot, hopefully, of the plane as it pans across the field of view. You gonna do it this time? I don't know. This auto kind of panning around thing seems to be hit or miss. I like it when it does the front view. It just didn't do it this time. Might use the stock footage instead for the thumbnail. Anyways, so we're going up against a Su-9, Ju-288, F7F, and then we got a Warpig and a P51. So as a multi-role, I'm probably going to do my best work over at the command center over here. So we're going to head this direction. We'll drop our potatoes and rockets. I also, while looking at some of my old videos, realized I was not doing a really great job of doing bombing runs and rocket runs, so I'm going to try to be a little bit more critical of myself, and when I aim the rockets, I'm going to make sure that we've kind of settled into a path before I just fire off rockets willy-nilly. They don't necessarily just go where the reticle's aimed, so I want to make sure that we kind of spread these out at particular targets. We'll drop both bombs here now that we've softened it. Yeah, that was enough. So we can go after some of the altitude targets, but I'm going to throw a little bit of machine gun fire there. We'll launch all three there. Was that enough? Yeah, it was. Nice. We're going to start a reload because, I mean, what's one rocket going to do for me? And there is a heavy up high. Let's go ahead and F4 that guy. Sweet. And maybe we can interrupt their mine capture. I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, it's kind of an all or nothing tactic here. Hopefully it's just ground attackers and bomber aircraft, but in order for me to get specialization in a multi-role, you need to get personal points for destroying enemy aircraft, and 200 points per. It's a little bit hard to do with this aircraft, with the most multi-roles, but especially one that's not maneuverable like this, unless you're going up against non-maneuvering targets and just chewing them up with these 8 50 cal machine guns. The enemy can easily sneak a capture away from me here. I should go after the lighter skinned one, but the 329's moving away, so I'll be able to keep guns on a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and slam on the brakes since there isn't anything here to kind of inhibit us. Hopefully we're high enough that we're not going to get caught by the splash, and I might need to turn away from this guy in a second. Greedy. We had a lot of 20mm tail gunner there. He is burning still. I think we're going to get him here. Don't die. Don't die. Oh, that sucks. I really messed that up. I probably should have went for the 265. And because I got so aggressive to get really close to that guy, I ended up missing a lot of my shots a little bit later on. And our mill base is going after their command center, or their mining facility, not command center. So We are just about reloaded. We may head for their command center. Let's see. There's nothing we can really engage over there, but maybe we'll cut through the middle and help out with some of these multi-rolls maybe. What do we have? We got a P-51 up there. He should be able to handle those guys. So yeah, but he's got a lot of planes to fight with. So we'll try and give him a little bit of a hand here. He just got taken out. That sucks. In the zone too, so... And of course, our boost cooler's on cooldown. You're a very dangerous aircraft. We'll try and go after the Yak-9U. That way, even if I do die here, we're not hurting us too bad. I thought about taking a shot at that guy. Wasn't the smartest move. If I can get around just to get the guns on. I know he can outturn me in a turn fight, but I'm a little bit faster, so maybe I can get some distance. We'll dip the nose, boost a little bit, and we'll come back around on that guy. We're going to do up and over, and then I'm going to slice the turn with the rudder, try and get the nose down and use gravity. It looks like he broke off his chase of us and went towards a more opportune target, and that made it easy for us. What do we got here? It's the enemy Su-9. Yeah, we don't really want to play with that guy. Oh, the Su-9, I think, can outturn us. And, oh... Come on, at least let me get this guy. I'm gonna need my 200 points. So rough. We went in there to help somebody and we ended up kind of hurting the team. But we still have the mining facility and we've got dueling rocket bases, so that's gonna do well for us. Not sure what the hit points that heavy are. We'll head back into the mid. We can at least drop our bombs and rockets and try and help the team out. It was a little bit ambitious to think I was gonna get all the way across the map to go and get their command center. I don't know why this guy's saying GG. It's totally winnable still. I know we're over double their points, but it's only like half of the points for the game. So I'm going to go ahead and F2 this and try and get some more of my allies into the zone. I'm going to get a little bit of altitude here, so that way when those light fighters kind of come up to engage us, we can hopefully engage them at a disadvantage. Oh, their bomber's AWOL. Yeah, it's going to take too much for me to kill him, I think. Let's get the golden ring. That's what we want. And if we maintain a little bit of a dive, we can keep on the target a little bit better. Let's do a 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that enough? It was pretty good. I don't know if we got that ground. No, we didn't get that ground target. I should have dropped both potatoes on that. We'll just drop one, the last remaining potato we have. And then we'll do... That was a bit. Oh, it's a heavy on my 6. We can outmaneuver him, but then I think he's got a light fighter right behind him. No, it's another heavy. Okay, cool. We can outmaneuver both of those two and then just go after this guy. Nope. This guy, maybe? Is he heading away or towards us? Towards us. Now he's heading away. That's perfect. Got him. Is the heavy going to close on me? Yeah, he is. We're going to deviate. Oof. Took a bit of wing damage there. I'm not finding the sweet spot. We might not be getting specialization this time. Ugh. LA7 seems to be going after the multi-roll, but the multi-roll's not long for this world. Maybe he'll go after the heavy too. He did take some damage. Is he going to go up? I hope he goes up. No, he's heading... No, he's heading away. I thought he was heading straight for us. That's why it's nice to hit tabs so you can see the arrows in the bottom right-hand corner on the minimap. Now he's turning my direction. Hopefully we can just outpower him for damage. That was a silly move. I know the LA7 has a lot more guns, and they're all 23s. Well, he doesn't have more guns, but he's got more guns than I accounted for. Man, we died like 3 times this match. I mean, not a great score, but not bad. I mean, for a lot of you guys, like 8,000, I think I told people if you break 8,000, 10,000 should be considered a great match. But that was a pretty quick one still. They never captured any of the additional zones. And... Maybe maybe specialization. Let's see if we got it. If we do go with specialization, I think I already know what my loadout's going to be for this thing. The thing that sucks, though, is that once you specialize, you get those wings on your aircraft, you become a target for everybody. And if you haven't got enough pieces of equipment or modules, yeah, we got enough for specialization. Let's pull up the details. We'll take another look. We were number 2 on our team. It was a tier 8 match. I think we did all right considering, but going up against an LA7, I'm going to pot that up because I think we died to him twice, actually. No, we just died to him once, but he definitely was on us when the Su-9 blopped us out of the sky, and we were close 3rd on the overall match. I mean, 3rd for the humans as well. And we did get 5 ground targets destroyed. I think we did all right, but I did learn my lesson that I should probably drop both potatoes when it comes to some of those sites. It just doesn't have the oomph that I thought that it did, and we don't have the I'm losing it, guys. Help me. The demolition expert, the one that increases the blast radius and damage, because that might be enough. It might be. I'm hoping. So yeah, we ended up getting our specialization. We were really, really close. So I've actually recorded this video like 5 different times, but the audio is just garbage. So, did I hit? Yeah, view it in the hangar. Whew. So when you do specialization, it actually wipes the slate clean, so you don't need to pay tickets to swap stuff out. So if you're like, oh, why did I put this stuff on here? If you wait for specialization, you're not going to have to spend tokens to kind of take these things off. I'm debating whether or not I want to stay with the gun site. Throw up a good game here. And I think I'm going to go with cockpit armor. The only reason I'm doing this is because Kym Invictus did this on his F-84F. And I think it might work well. I mean, we don't need roll maneuverability as much in this platform. Debatable. But we'll throw it on mostly because we can get tolerance to... I think we get tolerance to AA fire, can't we? We get increased aircraft HP. That's good. Get a little bit tankier. Let's go for it. I mean, it's a little bit non-standard for me, but I want to try it out. Do we go with... No, we're going to go with reinforced airframe. I know, I'm going with a tank build. It's so un-me. And I think I'm actually going to go with an uprated engine. And do I have strength and hard points in the depot? I do. Bombing accuracy, rocket accuracy, and bomb accuracy. And increase cruise speed. Or do I go with aerodynamic pylons to keep the speed up? Reload speed of bombs, damage inflicted by bombs. Rockets, rocket reload speed, damage inflicted by rockets. It's so specialized, right? But if you go with hard points, I mean, you're reducing the reload for everything. And I feel like I use the bombs a lot. So let's go with ultimate. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I'm going to go with aerodynamic pylons. Nope. I changed my mind again. We're actually going to go with my original decision here. And the logic, I know I said, I'm like, I already have a plan for the loadout, and now it seems like I don't. Fun story about the P-47N. The P-47N was known for being extremely resilient. And the reason that this aircraft was so resilient compared to others is that unlike your like Mustangs and things like that, that used oil coolers. In fact, let's pull up an American fighter here. If you take a look at this aircraft, yeah, I like that setup. We'll keep it. I may upgrade it some more in a second. This thing underneath here, that's actually an oil cooler. So oil would come through, go into kind of like an oil radiator, if you would, and it would cool off the engine by cooling off the oil. Makes sense. Prevents you from having to have like a water-cooled system where you increase the weight by adding more fluids. But with the P-47, the P-47 didn't do that. If you look at the engine, it's actually got a radial engine, kind of like old biplanes. I mean, it's really stacked with these pistons, and they're really powerful, but they're air-cooled. That's what those little fins are on here, is that it's air cooled like a motorcycle engine would be. So it didn't have that oil cooler system, which is just another weak point on the airframe. And it was very heavy. This thing was like 9,000 pounds. So it just had a lot of aluminum to get through before you really cause any serious damage. I'm assuming that the control linkages were pretty redundant, or very strong, maybe not redundant, but pretty strong as well. So they said this thing was like a lead sponge, and that actually carries on because Republic Aviation built this aircraft, and then the future version of Republic made the A-10 Thunderbolt II, which we all know is the Warthog, the one that has the huge 30mm Gatling cannon, and everybody loves it because of the burp sound it makes. But it's also a very resilient platform, so it kind of makes sense that the same people who made one of the most resilient platforms when it came to fighters that kind of is built for doing close air support made kind of the future version as well. And again, that actually uses an odd propulsion system as well. I'm not sure how many of you are up on jet engines, but you've got turbofans and turbojets. Your turbojets are what you find in a traditional fighter, where it uses a lot of the compression forces to actually push the aircraft forward using that compressive force, while a turbofan still uses the compressive force to be able to turn the internal mechanics, but on the outside is like a big fan. So it's like a giant ducted fan system with a little bit of oomph from the external exhaust, but that's what the A-10 uses, is a turbofan. And because of that turbofan, turbofans are known to be a lot more resilient because they don't have the same internal forces going on that you would find with a traditional fighter jet engine. So, you know, kind of nice that it carried on that tradition. Another fun thing is that the P-47N didn't come into existence until after World War II. It was the P-47 Bravo and an earlier P-47 Delta variant. And then the N came about and was more like a Korean War era aircraft. And it was also used as a close air support platform as well. And what they did is they used armor-piercing rounds for the 50 cals to allow it to be able to shoot up vehicles. And people are like, oh, 50 cals in game, it's just machine guns, right? But in reality, a 50 cal machine gun it's a 50 caliber shell, and the 50 cals are great at being able to go through, they can go through an engine block of a truck. So just envision that thing strafing a convoy. Even if it didn't have air-to-ground munitions, it still had 8 50 cals firing armor-piercing munitions, and it did really well. Granted, Korean War was kind of the advent of the jet age, and that's when you started seeing like the F-86 Sabre going up against the MiGs and stuff, but let them do that stuff up high, and meanwhile down low you can let the Thunderbolt go do its job. But anyways, enough of a history lesson. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. There's going to be more to come in the future, and let me know what you think of the face cam and the audio quality. Is it better? Is it the same? And is the face cam just scaring people, or do you guys like seeing my reactions to me making silly mistakes? Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.